I'm going to read you one. And one is very connected to Ruby Bridges. And I want you to hold in your head the essential question, which is, how did Ruby Bridges as an author and Atoshi as an author see? What did they see that was so critical when they both wrote their books? What were they focusing on? What's in common with these two authors? One, blue was a quiet color. I've always liked the color blue. My bedroom is in blue. It's very calming. He enjoyed looking up at the sky, floating on the waves, and on days he felt daring, splashing in rain puddles. Imagine daring. So daring is kind of like brave in Ruby Bridges and kind of like courageous. He felt daring. Out he goes. And have you ever seen a rain puddle? It's not, a puddle isn't like a great big thing. It's like a little thing that you kind of put your foot in and splash, a rain puddle. Every once in a while, he wished he could be sunny like yellow. Now I have to think about that. Sunny like yellow. Sunny like the sun. All right, like light, like bright. Or, no, it's not. No, it's sunny like yellow because the next one says, or bright like green. Well, certain greens are real black, like that one back there. That's a real bright green. More regal, like purple. So regal is like this. Hello. So you're walking like a queen or a king. You're very regal, and your wave is like that. Or outgoing like orange. That's just, I'm outgoing. Another word for outgoing is extrovert. So people who like to talk and like to get involved. But overall, I like this part. He liked being blue, except, that's like our word what? That's right. Except when he was with red. Red makes me think of all kinds of things. Let's see what's. Red was a hothead. What's a hothead? I remember my mother calling my brother a hothead because it was very easy to get him angry and upset about something. He liked to pick on blue. Oh. Do we remember some people in Ruby Bridges who were kind of like red? Red is a great color, he'd say. Red is hot. Blue is not. Well, I'm not feeling so good about Red right now. He seems like he's kind of a bully. Then, when Red would say that, Blue would feel bad about being blue. So words can hurt, can't they? So calling names can hurt. Imagine the terrible names they called Ruby. Sometimes I just wonder how a little child like that could take it. Sometimes yellow comforted blue. Blue is a very nice color, she'd say. Now, isn't that nice? Comforted. That's like what Mama does when you fall and you may skin your knee or something. And Mama comes and puts her arm around you and says, well, we'll take care of that, and puts one of those real pretty Band-Aids on you with dinosaurs. That's being comforted. Yes, that's a nice word. That may be our word for the day, comforted. So we'll comfort one another and help each other feel better. But Yellow never said that in front of Red. She never said, stop picking on Blue. So Yellow would comfort Blue, but she wouldn't stand up for Blue against Red. Oh, dear. Green, Purple, and Orange thought Blue was nice, too. But they never told Red to stop either. So now I want you to close your eyes like this. And I want you to see all the colors, blue and yellow and orange and purple and green. And then I want you to see them kind of like in a curve standing. And they're all being nice to Blue. And then I want you to see big Red come up. What happens in your head? Do they stand up to Red? No. Okay, let's see what happens. Good. So you saw that in here, didn't you? Well, that's what you do when you read. You make pictures in your head just like that. So you don't even need the illustrations because you're making the pictures in your head. Oh! Oh! I don't know if I can show you this page. Oh! Oh! Every time Red said something mean and no one spoke up, he got bigger. Say it with me. And bigger and bigger. Woo! Look at that. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Ooh, that could be one of our words too. We could think of all the things that get bigger and right. Woo! We're going to wake up the whole building. Soon Red grew so big that everyone was afraid of him. So everyone would be who? Green and yellow and purple and orange. Right. Was Blue scared? Yeah, it seems like Blue might be scared. Well, who's going to stand up to Red? I mean, what's going to happen? Oh, my heavens. This page isn't good either. No one dared stop him. Red picked on all the colors. Then everyone felt a little blue. Now here, blue is used in a different way. Feeling blue. When it was used the first way, it was a color, the color blue. Like I'm wearing nothing blue. Oh, there's blue in my earrings. But if I'm feeling blue, it said, then everyone felt a little blue. That means you're feeling sad. So if you come up to me and you say, Mrs. Boyd, I feel a little blue, then I know you're sad. So if you're sad, that's what I want you to say, because that's a nice way to say I'm sad. Until. So we're in a state now. We're in a state. Red's picking on all the colors, and picking on means calling them names and kind of pushing them around and being mean to them. Until one came. He had a different shape. with bold strokes and squared corners. He was funny. He made the colors laugh. Red saw this and got very hot. Stop yelling, he told Yellow. Stop laughing, he told Green. Stop laughing, he told Purple and Orange. And they did. Here's one. And there's Red. So one has bold strokes, and that means like this, big, and there I am. Not a little tiny one over here, but a great big bold one. And see right there, that's what a square corner is. We're going to work on those in math. Well, Red is angry. Red rolled up to one. Stop laughing, he told him. But one stood up straight like an arrow and said, no. Let's say it. No. Right. Red was mad, but guess what? One wouldn't budge. That means budge. He wouldn't move. He stood there like this. So Red did what? I can't believe it. Look at this. See what you see. He rolled away. Ain't that something? All one said was, that's right. And he said it standing straight up like this. He said, let's hear it loud. No. That's right. That's an important word. You know, a friend taught me, she said, no is a complete sentence. Remember that. One turned to the colors and said, if someone is mean and picks on me, I, for one, stand up and say no. Then Yellow felt brave. Ooh, something's happening. And said, me too. Green agreed and said, me three. Then Purple became 4 and Orange became 5. So the colors turned into our numbers. Yes, isn't that magic? Boy, that's kind of exciting. What are they going to do now? Blue. Finally, Blue's back. I wonder where he's been all this time. Blue, where have you been all this time? Blue saw the colors change. He wanted to count. Red grew red hot. He felt left out. He grew hotter and hotter. Woo! Look at him. There he goes. So now we went from colors to numbers, and Red is getting mad again and getting big again. Red raced over to Blue and said what he always did. Red is hot. Blue is not. But this time, Blue stood up tall and became 6. Red can be really hot, he said, but blue can be super cool. Red blew a fuse. That means, that's when you get so mad you just explode all over the place. So that's something else we can talk about. Sometimes if you'll come up to me when you're sad and you're going to say, what? I'm feeling blue. But if you come up to me and you're just so angry, you're ready to explode, you're going to say, Mrs. Boyd, I'm going to blow a fuse. And he tried to roll over on Blue. He is so big and so mad. Oh, I don't want Blue to get hurt. I really don't. I can't predict that he won't or he will, Most of the time in children's books he won't, but who knows with this book. But there's our but. Everyone took a stand and said, no. Oh, isn't this exciting? This is so exciting. Seeing them standing tall made Red feel very, very, very. Let's do it again and whisper the last one. Very, very. That's a big change when he was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, isn't it? Yes. So now we've got very small. Blue called out, can red be hot and blue be cool? Red stopped in his tracks. Red can count too, said one. Something's going on here. What's going on here? It sounds like blue is trying to be nice and kind. Remember kind from Ruby Bridges? Sounds like blue is being kind, and so is one. So they're being kind to red. Red can count too, said one. Red rocked and rolled and turned into a 7. Everyone counts, they shouted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then Red laughed and joined the fun. This does have a happy ending. Sometimes it just takes one. So at your tables, talk a little bit about what's the connection between the author of one and the author, Ruby Bridges, of her own autobiography. Okay? Take about 5 minutes and talk about it. How were they alike, these authors?